Hello everyone, this is N.P. Sagar working in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sagar Institute of Research and Technology, Bhopal. So welcome you all in today's session. In today's session, we are going to study about the heat treatment process. And this lecture will be beneficial for the students studying in the third semester under the University RGPB, Bhopal. And 2 3 questions are framed from this topic, that is heat treatment process. So important topic from all of you. So let us start with the heat treatment process. Yes. Now, first of all, let us understand what is heat treatment. What do you mean by heat treatment? So let us consider a very simple example so that you can understand the concept of heat treatment very easily. Consider a steel wire of a small length, right? And try to bend it. So after applying force, the wire will bend easily. But now heat treatment after heat treatment, what will happen? So how the heat treatment is carried out? Now go to the kitchen with this small wire of steel and switch on the gas and add the amount of heat to this wire with the help of flame. And when its color becomes red after adding heat, when its color becomes red, now switch off the gas and dip this small length of wire into the 1 glass of water. And after some time you take it out from the glass, and now you apply the force and try to bend it. Now definitely you will feel some difficulty to bend it as compared to the previous stage. So this is the heat treatment process. After adding heat and then quenching, right, the hardness of the material is going to hardness of the material is increased, and now it will not bend easily. This is the heat treatment. So with this example, now we can define the heat treatment process. The heat treatment process, this is an operation or combination of operations that involve heating and cooling of a metal or alloy in the solid state to obtain desirable conditions, to relieve stresses, and to obtain desirable properties. Yes, with the help of example, we understood the heat treatment process, and now you have seen that before adding of heat, the shape of the wire was solid, and after adding heat and quenching process, right, the shape is not going to change. So an operation or combination operation that involve heating and cooling of metal and alloy in the solid state. Yes, to obtain desirable conditions, to relieve stresses, and to obtain desirable properties. So with the help of heat treatment process, we are having two advantages, that is relieved stresses and second is to obtain desirable properties, that is better machinability, improved ductility, homogeneous structure without changing the product shape. And in the example, we have been seen that the properties of the material is increased. Before adding heat, the material was ductile, right? But after adding heat, after heat treatment process, the material, the properties of the material, that is hardness, is increased. So with the help of heat treatment, we are getting two advantages in the terms of relief distresses or two often desirable properties. In this process, transformation takes place from solid to solid. This is very important. Is transformation takes place from solid to solid. That is important uh, principle. Yes, all heat treatment processes consists of heating and cooling of steels. Whenever we think about the heat treatment process, it means it consists of heating and cooling. We have to add some amount of heat up to a certain temperature. Then, after achieving that temperature, we have to cool the material up to the room temperature. The variation is cooling rates. The variation in the cooling rates. This is, in the variation in cooling rates decides the nature of the heat treatment. The heating may be carried out in air. Yes, after adding heat to the material can be cooled in the air, or it can be dipped in the fused salts, but depending upon the requirement. What is the requirement? According to the requirement, the cooling medium is selected for the cooling of the material up to the room temperature. The cooling is carried out by using following mediums. So these are the mediums those are used for the cooling in the heat treatment process. The first medium is furnace itself. Second is air. Third is oil. And fourth is liquid or fused salts. Fifth is water. Sixth is brine, means water plus salt NaCl. So these are the different cooling mediums. Those are used according to the requirement. Yes, the cooling rate plays important role in the transformation of austenite to perlite or martensite. So, um, in the definition, we have understood that in the heat treatment process, the transformation takes place solid to solid, solid 1 to solid 2, and solid 1 is that is known as austenite. The heat treatment process takes place for the austenite. The austenite converted into the perlite and martensite. Solid 1 is austenite and solid 2 may be the perlite or martensite structure. Depends on the cooling medium. So the heat treatment is effective only for certain alloys. This is very important. FEC means iron and carbon, means this is the alloy known as steel. So we can apply heat treatment process for iron and carbon, that is steel, and aluminum and bronze alloy. It depends on one element is soluble with the other in the solid state in the different amounts. So heat treatment process can be applied for those alloys, right, in which one element is soluble with the other in the solid state in different amounts. This is the important condition, solid state. And if the those alloys such have not this situation, we cannot apply the heat treatment process for those. Yes, next, what is the purpose, aim, or objectives of the heat treatment process? So the heat treatment process is carried out in order to, number one, cause relief of internal stresses developed during cold working, welding, casting, and forging. These are the primary processes. And when the material passes through these processes. So sometimes the materials experiences internal, sorry, uh, so the objective is cause relief of internal stresses developed during cold working, welding, casting, and forging processes. Second is to harden and strengthen the metals. Right. After applying the heat treatment process, material becomes hard and the strength is also increased. Third is to increase or reduce hardness and toughness. Yes, sometimes we require to reduce the hardness and toughness. Heat treatment can be applied for to achieve these properties. Next is to improve machinability of the material. With the help of heat treatment process, the machinability of the material can also be improved. To heat treatment process carried out to change grain size or refine grain structure. Yes, with the help of heat treatment process, the grain structure of the material can also be refined. Then to improve ductility and toughness, these properties can be improved. Improve electrical and magnetic properties also, and to soften metals for further cold working, as in uh, drawing or cold rolling. As please correct it. This is wire 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 drawing or cold. Now, what is the principle of the heat treatment? So, a theory of heat treatment is based on the principle that metal or alloy experiences changes in the structure when it is heated above the certain temperature, and it undergoes again a change in the structure when it is cooled to room temperature. Eutectoid reaction is the important reaction because all heat treatment process for steel take place at the eutectoid uh, point, eutectoid point, and they involve transformation of austenite into perlite or martensite structure. So, for heat treatment process, the eutectoid reaction is very important. Only eutectoid reaction is responsible for the treatment process, and this is the reaction that shows the transformation of material from one solid to another solid. Now, what are the stages of the heat treatment process? How the heat treatment process is carried out? What are the stages? Heat treatment is the process of heating metal below its melting stage. Yes, the amount of heat is added to the material below its melting stage, and then cooling starts. Then cooling the matter in the controlled way up to the room temperature by using the suitable cooling medium to achieve the desired mechanical properties. And the process is carried out in the following three stages, each carried out in the following three stages. First stage is heating. Then after overheating, second stage starts soaking or holding. Then after over second stage, the third stage is to start, that is cooling. So by following these three stages, the heat treatment process for any material is carried out. So thank you all of you. Now let us conclude the session. What we have discussed, what we have learned in the today's session. We have started from the heat treatment, and with the example, we tried to understand the um, concept of heat treatment. Then, with the example, we defined the heat treatment process. We, then, after we have discussed about the cooling mediums. What are the cooling mediums? Uh, 5 to 6 cooling mediums we have seen, in which we have seen furnace, air, oil, uh, uh, and three more cooling mediums. After that, we have discussed about the uh, stages of the heat treatment process, also understand the principle of heat treatment process. So, thank you very much. In the next session, we will meet soon. Thank you.